Good evening, everyone. I'm Aaron from the Rootstown Levy Committee, and I have heard a lot in the last 2 or 3 months about the property tax revaluation that came for Portage County. I'm going to take a few minutes and try to explain it. I am not a tax accountant, nor am I associated with the auditor's office. I'm a citizen like yourself. I'm a homeowner here, and I'm going to do my best to explain it. First off, when it comes to the revaluation, for Rootstown specifically, we saw agricultural properties valuation go down by almost 17%. Down. Now that's in response to some hefty state taxes that have hit them, and I think it's a very good response. Commercial is up by 1.9%. Not-for-profits, the churches and whatnot around town, are up about 5%. Residential, and this is the important one, is up, on average, our properties are up 12.9%. Now, it's important to think about the different parts to this district levy. There is, of course, the 0.25% school district earned income tax, which will last 25 years and generate $8 million towards the $50 million total project cost. The state of Ohio, because we're part of the OFCC Construction Commission Project Fund, will chip in $18 million. It's money coming from the state that is not generated locally. The remaining $24 million is part of the 7.32 mil property tax. Lasts for 37 years, and over the life of that 37 years will generate $24 million towards the project cost. Now this is all net of interest and fees because we're pulling out construction bonds and we're paying this money back over time. But this is the amount that it gets funded, and the important thing to note here is that we are funding a fixed amount. The property tax is for a fixed amount. If property values go up, if more people move to town, if businesses move to town, we collect the same amount every year against this property tax millage for permanent improvements for the school building. Very important to remember that. Now, the calculation to actually get your current tax value and the amount that you pay for this 7.32 mil property tax on the old value of a $100,000 home, you take 35%, which is your assessed value, or $35,000, divide by 1,000 times the millage. That equals $256 a year for this new property tax per $100,000 home. Now, given that we're going to be pulling a fixed dollar amount for this millage, if your home went up by that previously noted average of 12.9% for residential, in other words, your home is now valued at $112,900. You pay the same tax for this new property tax, $256. This is an equivalent of approximately a 6.5 mil property tax levy. This happens all the time. As values go up, property tax dollars are largely fixed, and that millage rate in reality goes down. Now, in a different case, if you happen to have gone up above, say, 25% increase, I know how that feels. Your home is now worth $125,000. Your actual potential property tax would be around $284. On the other hand, if you went down, if your property value went up a little bit below the average, perhaps only 10%, I have talked to some people who are in that boat. Your new value is $110,000. In this situation, your property tax for this new levy is $250. So it's actually a little lower than it would have been otherwise. What really matters is whether or not you were above or below the average of 12.9% for the increase. This is not an easy calculation. It's easy to get caught up in this. I do encourage you to call the auditor's office and ask questions both about your value and both about making sure you have this calculation done right. We're here to help if you need help finding the values and the information. The Portage County Auditor's website has full database of all the tax information. You can find your information in there and do the calculation yourself. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you.